Another Brink Radio exclusive.
What's happening, everybody? Of course, it's your host, Brink Young, coming straight out of them South Memphis slums, and you are tuning in to Brink Radio right here on 96.3 FM. Talk about bumping 96.3 because you know Brink put the B in bump. And look, we got a super special guest on the show for you guys tonight, and this lady is so beautiful. I know you guys are listening on the radio. I really wish you could see her, but once this airs on TV and on YouTube, you will be able to see her beautiful face. We're talking about actress Jazsmin Lewis. How you doing?
Good. I'm clapping myself in.
There you go. There you go.
Yay, me.
There you go.
I'm
I
good.
appreciate
How are
it.
you?
Hey, I'm doing amazing. First and foremost, I got to say thank you for being a guest on Brink Radio. Of course, you were a guest on BrinkTV last. I think that was winter. You know.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So, of course, I actually messed up a little bit because you are a.k.a. Lanae Foster from Holler Records in the building. Hey, she's looking to sign some artists in Memphis. This is what we're doing. Oh, yeah, we going to talk about everything on tonight's show. But, of course, you know, a lot has changed since the last time we saw you. You know, you actually have a series that you're developing right now. Mm-hmm. And, of course, over the years, man, we've seen so many shows spotlighting comedians, you know, like BT Comic View, obviously Def Comedy Jam, even the competition series like I believe Coming to the Stage, Last Comic Standing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the show is called Comedy Come Up. Let's talk about that.
Comedy Come Up. So some of my background is I don't do stand-up, but I come from sitcom TV. So my job is to be funny with someone else's words. And people think I'm funny. Yay, me. The thing is that, and so people get it misconstrued. Like just because you're funny on TV or in a movie, you can do stand-up. And it is a very different animal. I would never disrespect comedians by saying, I can go do stand-up. No, absolutely not. But I think it's something that we all need. They put their souls on the stage. They put their hearts out there. They put their business out there. They put all of it out there. And most of us don't have the courage to do that. So it's something that we're missing. We have had shows like Def Comedy Jam, the ones that you mentioned, and they spotlight up-and-coming comedians, sometimes headliners, like whatever it is. But what we did is we made a template. We're creating a template to do something completely new, something that has not been done before, and that's hard to say in TV because everything has been done before. We're not, you know, nobody reinvents the wheel. We're just making a different wheel. What we do is we go from city to city, and we spotlight and highlight up-and-coming comedians in markets that don't have the exposure to, say, like in LA or in New York. Any producer can walk into any comedy club. A director can walk into any comedy club. Any headliner can walk into any comedy club, see somebody that's kind of new, but like, hey, they're fire, and go talk to them and put them in a movie, put them on a show, put them on tour. Smaller markets like Memphis, like Houston, like, you know, Chicago, that we've already done those cities. They don't have that luxury. So if we put them on TV, it's kind of the same thing. So we are going from city to city, and we do multiple episodes in that city with multiple comedians, and we air it on TV and then we air all their information so we can say, hey, let's pick this one, let's pick this one, let's get that one. They're kind of funny. So it's something new. And, you know, I'm in the never tried it before, so we're trying it.
And I think it's incredible that you're doing this, you know, because for you to actually create a lane for comedians, you know, it's not many people doing that, you know.
Well, they want headliners.
Okay.
And we're not doing that. I'm not saying that we're not shooting people that can be headliners. We're shooting people that have not been headliners yet and need the opportunity to do so. You know what I mean? Like most people want already established comedians because it furthers their brand. We want newer people. We want to create their brand with them and give them a space to exist in the comedy world.
Now, of course, I got to ask you, how was the submission process for you? Because I'm pretty sure you guys got tons of videos. There's so many funny comedians. Yeah.
You would think that. No, we didn't.
Wow.
We got some great ones. We've chosen our 18 comedians already.
Okay.
But no, what I'm learning, and this is the first time I've ever actually said this out loud, except for to my producer Sky and Jesse, but there are a lot of comedians in smaller markets that unfortunately think they're a little bit bigger than they already are.
Wow.
And they don't see the value in what we're doing. They want a paycheck. Def Comedy Jam never paid. Comedy Central only paid the TV fee, and that was a very small fee, and they had to because they were already on TV.
Correct.
So comedians don't get paid for exposure. So what we're giving you is exposure on a national and international platform, because we also are Canada and Europe. It will be aired everywhere. Comedians don't always see the value in that, and until it's too late. So no, we didn't get a ton of submissions, but we got some great submissions, and we chose those people.
Absolutely. But of course, it's sad to hear that, because,
it is.
You know, all of us are artists, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, within the entertainment industry, we're all artists. And I feel like there's nobody way bigger than the next person if you're not already established.
Exactly.
You know, even if you are earning headline money, you still should get out here and try, you know.
Well, that's what headliners do.
Yeah.
They go to the small clubs. They test out material. They stay on the grind, but that's why they're headliners. You can't just do one comedy show and 10 years later be like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. We got some auditions that were 10 years old.
Wow.
Not kidding. And it's like, but then there was the questions of, well, how much are we getting paid? Well, this. Like, I want to be the opener. I want to be the closer. I'm like, you know, it's sad, but sometimes people have to learn the hard way. And when the friends that they know in the comedy world are aired and they start getting movement in their career, those that chose not to even give it a try and submit are probably going to regret it, but that's okay.
But of course, you probably got to do like a second season, right?
I won't. No, I'm doing multiple seasons.
Okay.
I'll just never come back to the same city.
I got you.
This is Memphis. That's it.
Okay.
You know?
So, hey, if you missed out your opportunity, you missed out. And definitely shout out to everybody who's making the most of the opportunities they got. But you did mention you come from, you know, sitcom background. One thing that I got to talk about is in the 90s, UPN did such a phenomenal job exhibiting Black culture.
Yes.
You know, one of those sitcoms that you were a part of, you were actually a series regular. We're talking about The Good News.
Good News, yeah. That was my first series. I had not been in the business long, and I had done guest stars on shows, and then I got my first series regular, so that was exciting.
Absolutely. Now, another show that you were featured on, of course, I did mention it later in the introduction.
I forgot my own name.
Oh, come on now.
Now you brought it up to me. I was like, I remember. And I remember her name because she was actually a writer on the show. That was her first episode.
Okay.
Her name was Lanae.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about Moesha. You know, of course,
Love
Jazsmin
that.
was featured on there. It was actually like 3 episodes, right?
It was like 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or more, because it was a couple seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that you were involved in, obviously you're a record executive on this show, but the story was you was dating Dorian, which was played by RayJ.
Yes.
And he was underage. Now, how do you think a story like that would fare in this era?
Well,
it's kind of controversial.
Here's what's interesting. I played his older girlfriend.
Okay.
But I was not just dating him, like I was his girlfriend. Dorian's character and RayJ at the time was supposed to be 19, and that was true.
Okay.
My character was like in her 20s, like maybe 28 or 27, whatever it was. So it wasn't illegal, but it was controversial, but not then.
Okay.
Now,
yeah,
it would be like, I mean, we know he's an adult because he's over 18, but still, I mean, it's a little, now with what's going on in the culture and in the world right now, it would be a little bit more controversial.
I don't know now. I think he was actually graduating on one of them episodes from high school. So I think one of the lines he said that the crowd laughed at, he's like, I'm almost 18. And I was like, whoa, he's 17.
He may have said, no, wait, did he say that? Or did one of my friends say that?
No, he said it.
Did he?
Yeah, he was. I think he was talking to his dad. Yeah, so
because I think the real RayJ was 19.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Oh no, yeah. So nope. See, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I don't watch what I do.
Really?
No.
Why not?
Because I could go back and pick it apart and scrutinize it, and there's nothing I can do.
I understand.
So I don't watch the movies. I don't watch unless I have to.
Yeah.
And the shows that I do, I don't rewatch it. So you're right. You're right. He may have said that he may. Clearly, Lanae going to jail.
One of your friends actually said, "Nah,
you gonna go to jail." AJ Sanders.
There you go.
AJ Sanders was playing my friend. She's actually a comedian. Very, very, very funny girl.
Definitely, and of course, she was on Different World. A Different World. She was on there.
She's on a number of things. Yes, she did say. She said, "Oh, you gonna go to jail?" Now I can hear it.
Yeah.
from years ago.
About 20 something, you know.
Enough.
Yeah, but it's all good.
Bring up the number, boo.
Well, you know,
we got to say the number.
We
baby.
getting up there.
Not today. We not.
In real time, we are.
Real time.
But we got to talk about in the late 90s to about the early mid 2000s, television networks started phasing out a lot of the black sitcoms. Now, do you think that was, you know, for them to press the reset button, or, you know, think they were just getting rid of, you know?
No, what happened was UPN went away.
Okay.
UPN went away because they got a new president, and it was bought out.
Okay.
So UPN employed us 24/7. The CW at the time was also doing the same. But what people don't realize, or what they need to think about, is Fox, back then, Fox Network, which is huge. There was the big three: CBS, NBC, and ABC. Fox was the fourth, and it was on its way up. There was no, you know, Hulu and Netflix. There was none of that. So
Correct.
It was network television. Fox was on its way up. They were building their shows on black sitcoms. Then they'd phase them out, and because they already had their audience. When UPN went away, Fox and everybody else said, well, we don't need this anymore. So it was purposeful. It was bad for the audience because they were looking for representation on TV.
Absolutely.
We had it for the 90s, and it was great. You could turn on any channel and find you somewhere. They stopped doing that. So when UPN left and the CW said, yeah, they don't got it. We don't need it either. Yeah. Fox did the same. It was a problem. It did not even start to come back until not long ago.
Correct.
And that's sad because there were a lot. I mean, I'm glad streaming channels started. I'm glad smaller, you know, services started to have a representation of us on TV. But it went away for many, many years. And do I think it was on purpose? Yeah.
I agree, you know, because there really wasn't a decline in black, you know, sitcoms.
We're still looking for content.
Correct.
It's why it's so big now, because we're actually starting to get it. So there was never a decline in the need for black content, the want from the audience. There was never a decline in that. It was a money thing, and it was a network thing.
Absolutely. And, you know, eventually things became more few and far between because, like you said, UPN was pretty much the last brand standing.
That
it.
was
Fox, they had already been phasing them out. You may get one show here or there, like Bernie Mac. And,
but they launch with that. They launch with like a Bernie Mac show or like a black sitcom, and then they go, okay, now we don't need it anymore because our numbers are up.
Right.
It's viewers. It's, you know.
Absolutely. So, of course, we got to talk about last September was the 20-year anniversary of Barbershop 1.
Really?
Yes.
Sure was.
Yes. See, I'm bringing up them numbers again. My bad.
I'm here for it.
Hey, it just happened. So, of course, this February will actually be the 20-year anniversary of Barbershop 2.
Yes.
So, was there actually like a reunion for Barbershop 1 reunion, 20 years or what?
We did interviews.
Okay.
No, they got almost all of us, and that was EUR Webb, who I love.
Yeah.
Really reached out to all of us and got some great interviews, but no, we didn't do a reunion. We're all still friends. We're all working. Everybody's going, you know, any time to get together.
Absolutely. All right. So can you remember or recall any notable roles that you auditioned for but didn't get the part to?
I'm sure there are several. Let me think.
Because
yes.
like my question, like, would you have been Lisa on the Fresh Prince, like, but Nia Long got that role? Like, is it anything like that, or
not in television?
Okay.
I worked a lot in television, so it was literally just where I'm going next week.
Okay.
But there's a movie. I'll never forget this because I love this movie. And this wasn't exactly anybody's fault. So I am a huge Transformers fan.
Okay.
All of them.
Yeah.
I don't care. It could be Transformers under the desk and I want to see it. Doesn't matter. And I got a chance for, I can't remember exactly which one it is, but it was later, like maybe 3. Tyrese's character was going to have a wife and 5 kids.
Wow.
And I auditioned for it, and I'll never forget it because this casting director that did it, her name is Denise Shamian. She's still around, and I love her to pieces. I went in, and I didn't realize we were going to be filmed because it was the early start of filming auditions for the producers because they weren't in the room. Usually they're in the room, so there's no tape. And they usually get you, from about here up so they can see your audition. And I had on a tube top.
Okay.
So getting me from here up, I look naked.
Wow.
And she goes, Jazsmin, I want you to have the best opportunity. Go home and put on a shirt because I can't see the shirt. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize it. I run home, which, by the way, is like 30 minutes away, come right back. And she's like, now we're going to put you on tape. Put me on tape more than once. It was a lot of, it's kind of something I'm kind of known for, speaking fast with long monologues, but clear. Because sometimes when you speed up, people start to mumble and you can't understand.
Correct.
I'm kind of cast for the way that I speak. And we needed to roll out all this information. And she's like, just do it like what you do. I did it. A couple weeks later, I go back in. The producers want to see you in person. Great. Go do that. Do the same thing. This goes on for like a while. I finally get the call. You're in. And I'm like, I am going to be in a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. And just before we started, they cut the entire character. Like the wife, the kids, everything was gone. So it wasn't anybody's fault, but that was my missed opportunity. And not just to work with Tyrese and all of the people, but to be in a Transformers movie.
Yeah, that's epic.
That would have, man, you couldn't tell me. That would one I would have watched.
We talking about at all the Comic Cons, you would have been there signing autographs. Yeah.
It is a culture too. Like it's not, it's like the horror culture. Like they have very loyal fans and they all see everything and they support everything. You could be sitting there drinking coffee and they'd be like, we're going to support you doing that.
Definitely.
So, yeah. So that was a missed opportunity. Not too many that are like super known that I auditioned for that I didn't get, which is great to be able to say. But, things are different now.
Do you recall any advice that a more seasoned actor gave you early on in your career that stuck with you throughout your career?
Here's what's interesting, and this is going to sound strange.
Okay.
I didn't really, especially in the beginning of my career and throughout most of my career, I don't really hang out with actors. Most of my friends are not actors or are behind the scenes. Yeah. Like Eve is my friend, like the barbershop people, but they're not at my house having cocktails every night. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
yeah.
I don't, so no, not really. I did a movie called Wifey, and there was an actor on there who compared me to another actor that he just worked with. He's much older. Okay. And he said, you got this. He said, don't ever change. He said, just keep doing what you're doing. He said, because I just worked with blah, 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 who I will not name because she's enormous. Okay. And he said, you're better. So don't ever change. He said, just be yourself and keep doing what you do. And that was pretty much it. So no, I didn't get a chance to get a lot of advice. I would have loved it from a lot of seasoned actors, but we didn't hang out. And I think the best me is my authentic me. So I don't really like to morph into, actor world.
I understand. So one thing that's incredible I find about you, you've been married about 18 years and counting, right?
I've not been married 18 years. We've been together 18 years. Okay. On December 23rd is my anniversary for 15 years married.
Got you.
Together 18.
15 married. You got to have a secret.
I have a secret?
You got to have a secret. What's the secret?
You do it all. Okay. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody's going to say communicate. Yeah, you have to communicate. Keep it interesting. There's one thing that actually I learned from my husband that has kept us really good for a really long time and probably forever will. He said to me very early on, because I didn't get it. I'm very hot-headed. I was very like, bye, I'm out.
Dismissive.
Deuces to you. I got 2 more houses. I'm good. He said, if I ever do anything to you or anything that's like that you don't like, remember my intention. My intention is to never hurt you. So if I do inadvertently hurt you or accidentally hurt you or piss you off or make you sad, know that was never my intention, and start from there and let's talk through it. And that was the best marriage advice I'd ever had, because, you've been together a long time. Somebody's going to piss you off. True. But if I start from, and this happened just not that long ago, he said something that I was not in a great mood anyway. He said something that just something very benign, very small. And I was like, and I almost said something. And I said, he didn't, one, know I was in a bad mood. Two, would never say anything to try to hurt me. So maybe he was just saying something.
Right.
And when you look at it from that perspective, everything changes. And we don't really argue.
Any advice to the people out there on maintaining a healthy relationship?
Start there.
Okay.
Communicate. Don't look outside of your relationship. Try to look within whatever's going on in your relationship. And keep it spicy. Because people are essentially animals.
Yeah.
In the sense of there's animalistic urges. We call it animalistic, but it's just human nature.
Yeah.
You know, so keep it interesting.
Hey.
Whatever you need to do. And don't judge anybody else, and don't let anybody judge you. I get judged all the time.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know, because who knows what I'm going to put on Instagram.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting.
But I mean, it's about content.
It's
You're a
about
beautiful
content.
lady. Like, it kind of comes with the territory.
Well, people think, I have my followers that want me to be the girl in the pilgrim dress and just cooking and talking about the movies that I've done. I'm not that. I'm so many sides. It's going to be some ratchet shit on there. Can I say that?
Hey, you said it. We here.
We can edit. Whoop,
We
whoop.
here, yeah.
But no, it's going to be some ratchet stuff, because that is a side of me that I don't want suppressed. I remember when I first put up something that was more risque. Maybe it was more cleavage than they wanted or whatever. I'm not kidding. I lost 5,000 followers in one day. In one day.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh, I'm not going to post that kind of content because they don't like that. And then I said, after a couple of those, I said, if you don't like that part of me, you don't like me.
Yeah.
Because there's many sides to me. So, yeah, you can unfollow me. I'm going to post what I want to post.
What's interesting about that, another co-star from Moesha, Alexis Fields, she kind of has that same situation going on when she posts content. I see a lot of her comments, and she's just defending herself. Yeah. And it's
but she's doing the wrong thing. She's defending herself.
Okay.
I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
I did it first. Yeah. When I first, I did. I was like, well, you know, there's multiple sides of me, and why just let me live and let me be, you know, I can still be the cook in the kitchen that you like to see, that your food content. Got it. I'm doing that too. But yeah, sometimes I want to sit around in my underwear and listen to ratchet songs on the couch. Yeah. Sometimes I just do.
What type of ratchet songs you listen to?
All of them. Right now, I'm into the Rodeo remix.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm gonna put that on in the car when me and Sky leave, because it gets me going.
You rocking with like Sexy Red, Sukihana, Glorilla? Who you listening to? Anybody?
No.
Okay.
And let me tell you why. Suki I get, because she went from this, she's trying to evolve, I hear. But when she got the leash around her neck and was walked, I can't. Yeah. I can't get down with that. Like I said, I'm not judging, that's her thing, but it's not something that I'm into. Her music I actually do like. Yeah. It's as ratchet as ratchet can be. But then she is doing other content, like in the sense of having other songs that are not that ratchet. Right. And people won't let her evolve either. I'm here for evolution. Yeah. Sexy Red, I don't get. I'm good. I'm mostly into, it's the male thing for me.
I got you. I understand. It's the male thing for me. I totally understand that. So, of course, let's go ahead and change gears just a tad bit. We got to talk about motherhood. Now,
my love.
I got to know, is being a boy mom, is it really as difficult as some women say it is?
I was born and meant to be a boy mom.
Okay.
I have one child because I was afraid that if I had a second, it would be a girl. And I was like, I told my husband, like, we're not rolling the dice on that one. We got our son, we're good. Yeah. And we did. We left it at that. I was supposed to be a boy mom. I'm athletic. I want to be out. I want to play. I don't want to go get my nails done. I don't want to sit in the salon and get my hair done. And I don't put a dress on you because I'm probably not going to wear one unless I'm going to a premiere. So I'm a boy mom and I love it. It's not hard for me. They get hormones and then they get attitude, and then you got to remind them you're still the parent. But because my son's 12 now. Okay,
so it's almost girlfriend age. I mean,
almost. He's on his second one.
Really? Mm-hmm. How does that make mom feel?
Well, I loved the first one, but she was a little possessive of him. Mm. She was very, she was insecure. Okay. And she's 12. Yeah. So, that's where they are. So but here's the thing. In 12-year-old dating world, you only date in school. These are school friends.
Yeah.
You can't really go anywhere, but they went somewhere one time. Her parents took them to a Halloween, like, haunted house. So it was his first date outside of school. And it was very cute. And in, like I said, 12-year-old land, they had a 4-month relationship, which is it's like 14 years.
Yeah, that's like
because usually they last about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you dating somebody else or nobody. So they had 4 months, and now he's got someone else that they haven't made it official yet, but they've made it official to each other, just not to their friends. And I like her very much.
So they haven't went public yet.
They haven't gone IG public yet.
Okay.
No. Or school public yet.
Yeah.
No, but everybody knows that they like each other, and it's gonna happen.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and talk more about the comedy Come Up. You are actually in Memphis filming right now. When can we expect the series? When can we expect it?
We can start. You can, if all goes as planned, you can start seeing it air by either maybe end of February, early March. Okay. And we will start with Houston and Memphis, but they will both be up at the same time. Multiple services, which I will. We just did our deal, so I can. We're gonna start on like Amazon Prime, Google, Spotify, Apple, Vudu. We're gonna go to all those and multiple platforms. Okay. And then we're going to go to Tubi, but we'll have a Comedy Come Up channel. Yeah. So that you'll be able to just click on our icon and see all of the cities because we're still going. I want to get 4 or 5 cities done next year.
Speaking of Tubi, like you super heavy on Tubi. It's so many movies.
I hear that.
You on there, like seriously.
I know.
It's dope. It's dope.
No, I've never seen them.
Oh, that's right. You don't watch your work.
But I know that they're there because the producer go, hey, the movie did blah, blah, blah. I'm like, really? Yeah. But I hear that I'm super heavy on Tubi. Yeah. Yay, us.
Hey, it's going down. Let's go ahead and get into the social media. Let the people know how they can find you.
If you're looking for me, my IG is my name, but it has to be spelled right, as you know.
So Z and S, baby.
I did that right.
Let them know.
Jazsminlewis. People always want to add an E or take away an S or there's something. It's Jazsmin Lewis, just like that. Same with Facebook, which I'm not really on, but it's up. The presence is there. I think that's all I have for social media, right?
Seems that way. But you got
I have TikTok, but I don't do anything on there. I just look at video.
You got something for the Comedy Come Up, though,
I do.
Right?
So that was my personal one. So Comedy Come Up is Comedy Come Up 23. Okay. On IG and on I think Facebook as well.
Absolutely.
And so we are there. And more importantly, comedycomeup.com because our website updates everything. You can find out where we're going, where we are, when we shoot, the comedians that you can find out everything on comedycomeup.com.
Absolutely. And of course, I got to say thank you for being a guest. I think we've reached our time, even though I would love to go longer. I would love to because this is most stuff in my head.
I told you before, you're a great interviewer.
Thank you.
You're great. I love it. Your questions are always interesting and intriguing and not your stereotypical, it's like normal questions. So I told you that before and I maintain that.
I really appreciate it.
But you're trying to burn me up in the studio. Why is it so hot?
Hey, it's about that time of year. It's time to get cozy.
Okay, we don't need to be in the oven, though, right?
Well, I mean, it just came
Not cozy.
on. I don't want y'all to think I'm really cooking this lady.
Yes, look how I'm sweating.
She's glowing. But hey, I got to say thank you. Thank you again for being a guest on Brink Radio. Now back to it.